Welcome back to the Wandering Wind Church, everyone. I am Gregory, your digital video missionary, and today I want to read day 24 of our life recovery devotional book. And the title of today's reading is Starting with Ourselves, and our reading in our Bible today is Ecclesiastes 3:15 to 4:3. So, chapter 3 verse 15 to chapter 4 verse 3, which is quite a long stretch, but you know what, we'll get through it together. Step 1: we admitted that we were powerless over our dependencies and that our lives had become unmanageable. Some of us avoid or cope with our own pain by trying to fix the world. We try to right every wrong, heal every wound, point out every injustice. We spend our time demanding that the world system reform. We may also dedicate ourselves to rescuing and reforming those we love. Our zealousness to set the world aright can be a means of denying that we are powerless to do so. Solomon said, "I also noticed that under the sun there is evil in the courtroom. Yes, even the courts of law are corrupt." I said to myself, in due season, God will judge everyone, both good and bad, for all their deeds. I observed all the oppression that takes place under the sun. I saw the tears of the oppressed, with no one to comfort them. The oppressors have great power. Ecclesiastes 3:16 and 17 and 4:1. He saw that the world was not as it should be. He also recognized that it was God's job to judge and overcome the injustices in our world. When we set out to save the world, we err by taking on a role that belongs to God. What we gain by taking on such a massive task is the guarantee that we'll always be busy. Then we'll never have the time or energy to face our own issues. The Bible makes it clear that the world will never be right until Jesus Christ returns to make it so. We need to accept the fact that we are powerless to do his job. However, when we focus on our own recovery, fixing ourselves instead of everyone else, we will then be able to be more effective in helping others too. If we try to fix the world before fixing ourselves, we'll do both badly. I actually have an anecdotal story from someone that I am proud to be a partner in recovery in. He and I attend the same program. We learn the same things. We just we do as much as possible to just enjoy the process of recovery. And he said once that he was going to try and help everyone he could when he first got in, because he was so excited about what he'd been given, that how he'd been delivered, because he was actually delivered from addiction. God actually took away the desire completely, whereas most of us continually grow into the place where we no longer had the desire. His was actually taken away immediately. But even then, he still had to learn the process by which most people are able to recover before he was able to actually teach and lead others into that role, into that space. After all, the biggest takeaway that I've ever been given by anyone is you can't teach what you don't know. If you don't know what it's like to go through the 12 steps and actually live them out, you'll never be able to teach somebody else how to live through them and go through them and find recovery through the program either. Which is why most sponsors are required to be at least 12-step graduates, if not further, as far as like actually having gone through the 12 steps and actually having mastered steps 1 through 11, and then continue in step 12, which is taking this message and this hope to others in addiction and giving them the same kind of hope we have. That is the final step, because honestly, if we don't get through step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, those are the main steps that we take in order to get past ourselves and past our addiction. How are we ever going to help others get through the same steps? I have found it very difficult because I have a friend who comes to me for support in his addiction because he's gone through some stuff that he's not comfortable sharing with a non-friend, and I understand that. And so he will use me as a sounding board and as a support person in his recovery journey. But I have told him, when it comes to questions that you would ask a sponsor, I unfortunately cannot answer them sufficiently that it would help him tremendously. So, knowing your own limitations, knowing that you need to fix yourself first and allow God to fix you first before you start reaching out to the world, that's the main point of this message. Is just continuing on the path while you're able, always looking forward to the day when you can carry this to somebody else in need. As always, the journey of recovery is a gradual one. It is not leaps and bounds, but rather step by step, moment by moment. Just for today, staying clean and sober so that tomorrow you can thank God for another day and continue to grow along your path. It is not all right, I'm done drinking, now let's go save the world, because that isn't exactly our job. Our job is to focus on our relationship with Christ, our journey of recovery, and how that journey affects others and allows them to find freedom from addiction too. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching, sharing, subscribing, and supporting the channel in any way that you do. Continue to come with me on this journey as I continue to make these videos and just take one day at a time. Until next time, guys, I am praying for you that your journey of recovery continues and that it continues to grow and that you continue to be grown by it. Thank you so much, and God bless you. I'll see you again soon. Bye.